All right, good morning and welcome back. Today we are going to talk about how we can find the area of a sector of a circle. So, first thing we need to remember is what is the area of a circle? So, the area of a circle, we can use our formula A equals pi r squared. Okay? However, since we are finding the area of just a sector, like this green section here, we will take pi r squared times, much like we did with arc length and circumference, we take it times whatever that angle is, so theta divided by 360, because that represents the whole thing. That shows us what percentage of the whole thing we have. So you see we had that theta over 360. That will tell us what percentage of the whole thing we have, and we will find our area. So the first section here, it says find the area of each shaded sector. Find your answer to the nearest tenth. So on number 1, 300 divided by 360 times pi times r squared. So we take that. I recommend using Desmos. Your calculator will work. Use the pi button, but 300 divided by 360. Oops, that was supposed to be divided by 360. Okay, times pi times whatever r was squared. So in our case, 9 squared, and we get 212 if we're rounding the nearest tenth, 0.1. Okay. Now, one thing I want to remind you, our label is going to be meters squared because it is area. All right. Example 2. Same approach. Now we got 160 over 360 times pi times 6.5 squared. So if we do that, we'll do 160 divided by 360 times pi times, it's going to be 6.5 to the second. Okay. So 58.99, if we round up to the nearest tenth, 59.0. Once again, don't forget, since it's area, it will be meters squared. Example 3, same exact thing. 20 over 360 times pi times 9 squared. We're going to skip that. Example 4, there's a slight difference. One thing is there's no picture, but the bigger difference is right here they give us the diameter. So in order to set this up, we need 315 over 360 times pi times the radius squared. I don't know the radius yet, but I have the diameter, so just do 27 divided by 2, which is 13.5 meters. The reason that is meters and not meters squared is that is the radius, not the area. Okay, so we put 13.5 squared, and if we do that, so 315 divided by 360 times, we said pi times 13.5 raised to the second, and we get 500.98. So we round up to 501.0. Once again, it is area, so meters squared, and that is our answer. All right, we're just about done. 2 last problems I want to look at are slightly different. Notice on number 5 here, it says find the radius of the sector. We're rounding to the nearest tenth again. So it tells us that the theta, or the angle of that sector, is 210. The area equals 13 pi. Okay, we don't know what it is, but we know if we do 210, we don't know what the radius is, but 210 divided by 360 times pi times r squared. We know that is our formula for area, which will have to equal then 13 pi. Now to start off, since pi is on both sides, just cancel that out. We know there's a pi on each side, so we can get rid of it. The next step, we have to get r squared by itself. We can multiply by the reciprocal. If we flip the numerator and denominator, this will cancel the 210s, the 360s. If you do that to one side, you've got to do it to the other. So we'll take 13 times 360 divided by 210. Okay, now this is not our answer. This is what r squared would equal, 22.3. So we got to take the square root, and I'm going to type in ANS for answer, fills it in, and you can see we get 4.7 as our answer. Okay, so that is our radius equals 4.7. There's no label, so we'll just put units. We're not sure what it is. It's not units squared because this is the radius, okay? So since it's not the area, it is just units. All right. And the final one, same approach. It tells us the area of the shaded sector is 51.3 square feet. What is an estimate for the radius of the circle? Round to the nearest foot. Okay, so if we think about this one, we know that angle ABC, right here, A to B to C is 60. That is our inscribed angle. Whenever we have an inscribed angle, the arc is double that. So 60 times 2, that tells us that our arc from A to C is 120 degrees. It's a minor arc. Just a little review, angle ADC, remember D is in the center, so that is a central angle. That would also be 120 degrees. It's the same as the arc, but we don't need that for this problem. So once again, we know that 120 is the angle or the arc, so 120 divided by 360. So I guess what I'm saying is this is also 120. So 120 divided by 360 times pi times r squared equals that 51.3. Now, some of you might be tempted to cancel the pi's, but there's only one pi, so we can't cancel. We can still multiply that by the reciprocal. So 51.3 times 360 divided by 120. And we get 153.9. So we have pi r squared equals 153.9. Now we need to divide by pi. Get rid of that pi by dividing, because it's just a number. It's a number that goes on and on and on, but it's just a number. So we can do 153.9 divided by pi. Get 48.987, etc. But that's not our answer. That's what r squared equals. So we need to take the square root of that answer, and 6.999. But if we round to the nearest whole number, as it says, nearest foot, we get r to equal 7. So 7 feet. It's not squared because it's just the radius. Hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, reach out. Please get the Delta Math done, and let me know if you need anything. See you soon. Bye.